Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Kelley, and this is video 1 of the channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Please like, please share this channel. I'm going to continue to stay connected with everybody in my life that has decided to follow me, that has decided to tune in on what my life and Gabriel's life and my family's life is like after Outcry, after being exonerated. So thank you guys for deciding to continue to follow along. One thing I'm going to tell you is that this is not a podcast. This is more like a monologue. Me speaking to you guys about what's going on in my life, new things that are in my life, things that I've accomplished, things that I continue to think about, that I reflect on, trauma that I'm continuing to work through after being wrongfully convicted and exonerated. The trauma doesn't go away. You just learn to live with it and move with it. So this is kind of what that channel is about. But like I said, this is more so a monologue. I get to speak with you guys, get to hear y'all's thoughts in the comments. Ask me questions. Would love to answer them and would love to stay connected with you. So first rule of order, let me think here. Another big reason why I'm starting this channel is because I'm at this point in my life where I need an accountability factor to get something done that's really important that I need to get done. I share a lot about my life on social media, and I've shared something recently that being wrongfully convicted is extremely hard. It is one of the hardest things that you would ever have to go through mentally, because everything's out of your control. You think you could have life by the reins, but in reality, you don't. You're like a sitting duck, and you're just hoping that it doesn't kill you. And going through prison was so hard, extremely hard, adjusting, being called names, having to defend myself, doing all of those things. It was tough, but nothing compares to writing a book about all of it. It is something that, let's just say, the past couple months I've really understood and felt what trauma is. And you only realize trauma when you are brave enough, I can't say you realize trauma, but you understand trauma when you're brave enough to reflect and step back into the dungeon of where it all happened. See, when I was going through all of it, I was in survival mode. And I've realized this now, that all of this stuff was happening to me, right? It's like a boxer or an MMA fighter in a fight. I mean, you're getting hit in the face, you're getting kicked in the ribs, you're getting scratched, you're getting cut, and you're not feeling any of it because adrenaline is pumping, right? You're in survival mode. You're trying to win. And now that I'm reflecting, I'm looking back on everything, and I'm also thriving. I'm thriving. I could say I'm thriving. Business is good. My marriage is great. Fatherhood, being a parent, is awesome. I'm training right now for ultra marathons. I've completed multiple ultra marathons, 100 milers, 100K, 50Ks. I feel like I'm in a good place. But when I reflect on the bad times, the bad chapters, then I get put into a funk. And 2 years ago, I had decided to start writing this book, my memoir. And I was super gung-ho about it. I was like, man, it's an honor to write a book about yourself, about your story, about the things you've learned, in hopes that it's going to help somebody else, because that's what we're trying to do, right? We're here to help each other. And it's an absolute blessing to be able to be exonerated and for the truth to prevail and to be vindicated. It's an absolute blessing to be here and to share my story with you guys. But blessings are meant to be shared, and if they're not shared, they become a burden. And I've realized now that as I'm kind of treading in place on writing this book, and I have been writing it, don't get me wrong, I've been writing it. I have multiple chapters done, but it's these specific chapters where they just hurt so much to write. And I'm not a scared person. There's very little things I'm scared of in this world. I've learned to be brave. I've learned to stand up when the easy thing is to sit down. I've learned to take the road that's least traveled on and that's hard, refuse the easy one. And I've ran multiple ultra marathons in times where I've just wanted to quit. But man, writing about trauma, anybody who's written a book about their trauma, I commend you, because it is the hardest thing I've ever had to do. And so part of making this YouTube channel is to develop a community of people that want to take this journey with me, because I surely do need help on writing this. And I have did due diligence on creating an outline, and I know what my book's going to be about. I know everything, and I have it ready. And I find myself sometimes just typing away and the cursor just blinking, and I just get up and just walk away. And when you feel those external stresses in your life, you have that natural tendency of fight or flight. And that is an example of flight, of running away from something I should be doing. And I had enough of it. So I'm making this YouTube channel to connect with you guys, to hear y'all's thoughts, to interact with you guys, and to hold myself accountable, and to just get so locked in to get this thing done, because I'm ready for it to be done. I'm ready for it to be released to you guys, and for you guys to know a little bit more about my heart. And Outcry did an amazing job on my case. Amazing job. Pat Condellis, he is a natural born journalist, and I'm so happy with Outcry. There's not one bad thing I could say about Outcry, and that's really hard to say about something that's made about you by somebody else who took a non-biased approach. And so I've never been more proud of a documentary. And now my book is going to be something that's different. It's going to be about my case, but it's going to be a lot about my personal experience, my thought process through it all, what I've learned, and how it's made me into who I am today. And hopefully it can help so many people in this world. And it's been amazing hearing and seeing these messages of people on my social media explaining to me how Outcry has resonated with them so much. And they haven't been wrongfully convicted. They don't know what an inside of a prison cell looks like in a Johnny sack on a 99-degree baking oven prison in a red brick unit on lockdown is. They don't understand any of that stuff. So, but they said that I have a son, and I made him watch this video, or this documentary. I have this one lady, I still remember this message, just because I have a daughter and I have a kid now, and I hug her and I love hugging her. I love cuddling on her and I love holding her. It's the greatest thing. It is literally heaven on earth, holding my daughter. And this mother was watching my documentary, and she had her child next to her, and I'm trying to compose myself. She had her child next to her, and she grabbed her, or she grabbed him. It was a little boy, and was holding him tight, because it was that exact moment when I was hugging Gabriel and my mom, and I didn't want to let them go when they took me away to prison. And I lost it when I read that. And I think about it regularly now as I'm holding Summer, and the emotions that flood you when you hold your little kid. And so just parenthood, And so I'm making this channel to stay connected with you guys, to share a little bit more about my heart. And I'm glad I did. And so I'll continue utilizing this platform, this channel, to keep you guys in the know what's going on in my life with my family, the ins and outs, the day in the lives. I'll share a little bit more about my heart, my mindset on how I approach life after exoneration. It's different. It's completely different. I've tried to do a better job on expressing more on social media, kind of my outlook on life. It's quite different. I'm gonna share a lot about my faith, I've developed a faith, of course, through this all, and it's an exercised faith. I have to always stay tapped into it. And it's like anything else. If you stop exercising it, you stop utilizing it, it will not work anymore. So I try to keep a strong faith and lead with faith. So yeah, God has been good. Life has been good so far. In Summer, she is absolutely hilarious. She's so funny. She's doing this thing right now. She's 13 months old, and she can walk very well. She can eat very well. She sleeps like a log. She's such a perfect baby. It's crazy. And I try not to brag too much about her. And I remember this parent once told me that you can never brag too much about your child. Well, I've heard some horror stories about babies, and if it's not the first one, I heard it's the second one. So got that one coming for us here. So, but yeah, she tries to run, and she face plants every single time. And that girl's so tough. She doesn't even cry. She just gets back up and tries again, gets back up and tries again. And I always just watch her, and I just received that lesson, when I'm going through some tough stuff, is just get back up and try again. Babies, man, they can be great teachers. But that's it for now. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you guys stay blessed. Remember, he still does miracles if you haven't read my hat already. And God is good. Enjoy life. Enjoy freedom. I'll see you on the next one.